Hello, welcome back to the REU ECN Podio. Today we're here with Alexandra Ash. She's
Hello.
a former science influencer. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here. It's my first time doing a podcast video, podio, as you guys call it. So I'm really excited to be here.
I'm glad you're here. So, we want to know a little bit about your experience in the Science Influencers program. First of all, tell me, what was your favorite part of your experience? Tell us where you did your internship.
Okay, I did my internship here at A&M and I did the REU program with Dr. Shim and it's for the plant pathology program. And I had like such a blast because it was my first time stepping foot on campus here at A&M and staying in the dorm. And I really got a feel for what it was like to actually almost be a student here at A&M. And it was like my first experience outside of my hometown. So it felt really cool to finally get out there and meet some mentors, meet some people with the same research interests as me. And I had a lot of fun. And my favorite part was when I was in the lab and just hanging out with my lab partners, running experiments. And technically, it's very tedious work, but all of it felt super fun because it was all new to me. And I just had such a blast. I loved it.
That's great. So, did that experience influence your decision to come do your master's here? So, she's doing her master's
Yeah.
in the biology department, is it?
Yes, I'm working in the
Okay.
biology department. So I'm doing a master's in microbiology.
There
And
you
yeah,
go.
that's what influenced me to go and just really chase my dreams because I always knew I wanted to study bio, but the extent of which I wanted to study in was kind of undetermined for me. But that pretty much was like the nail in the coffin. Like that was it. Like I'm gonna go and do bio. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So, are you enjoying your research right now?
It's so fun. I
Yeah.
just love being in the lab and running experiments, trying new things and learning because a lot of the process is a lot of trial and error and it gets a little frustrating at times, but I like knowing that with every failure, I get closer to coming to a breakthrough. So,
That's
yeah,
great to
a lot of fun stuff.
hear.
Yeah.
So, is this your first time doing research, like in your science influencers internship? Was that the first time you were involved in research?
Yes, it
Okay.
was. So that was
Okay.
my first research experience and then now I'm here.
That's
So,
awesome. That's awesome. So tell us, what do you think? What is your advice to other students wanting to get involved? Would you recommend that as an experience that they should definitely have in their undergrad?
definitely. I feel like you should get the chance to really branch out and get familiar with other institutions just so you can see what the research is like in other schools because I mean, you might end up going there for your masters. I mean, I did my internship at A&M and now I'm doing my masters at A&M. So if that influences anybody to like go out there and like really like put yourself out there, then you should totally.
That's great. And I feel like also with your internship and your research, I feel like you can observe more of what you're learning in class. So it's more like you understand a little bit more why the theory behind it when you do the practice, right? I don't know if I'm explaining myself, but you.
No, you are so right
Yes.
because you take a class, you
Yeah.
read the book, and then it's like all very abstract concepts. But when you go into the lab and you actually put it into practice, you just make so many more connections in your brain. So you think you understand something and then you run an experiment and it just opens up a whole new level of knowledge.
Right.
And you learn just so much by physically doing something
Yeah.
because you understand it because you see it with your own eyes
Right.
versus just reading about it on a page. So it's a whole new level of learning. So even if like you don't want to go into research, I suggest that you just do a research internship just so you can see how everything works
Yes.
because it's a whole new way of learning. Yeah.
Definitely. And then when you encounter problems, you have to like learn and investigate why that's happening and then go behind other like, maybe things that you hadn't learned in class even, go
Yeah.
further from
Yeah,
from the
because a
basics.
failure isn't a roadblock, at least not
Right.
in science. You hit a dead end and you're going to see dead ends all the time. Because if
Right.
not, I mean, breakthroughs don't happen every day. You have to work towards it. So it's cool to find out if something doesn't work. So you can go publish that. Other scientists can see, oh, this doesn't work. Let's try something else so that they don't spend all
Yeah.
this money and then replicate something and then have that fail. It's very important to the process.
Well, I love that. What was the phrase you said again? Failure is not
What did I do not
A
remember what I just.
roadblock? Okay.
Yeah,
We'll look back
it's not
at
a
it. That's
roadblock.
gonna be the phrase of the week.
It's gonna be the tagline.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so, okay, now to end this audio, what excites you more about your master's experience, like your grad experience here at A&M?
What excites me the most?
Yeah.
What excites me the most is to work with brand new equipment. So I'm working with Dr. Chin, and we're working with 3D bioprinting. So we're using bio ink to 3D print structures to
Wow.
help with wound healing. So it's a mixture of engineering and biology, and any sort of like interdepartmental like collaborations. Those really excite me because it's just combining a ton of like different subjects together to make
Oh, yeah.
one thing. And I get to talk to some engineers, see how that works, and I'm excited to see where that goes. That's really exciting to me.
great. And it's probably too early to say, but
Mhm.
do you think that you would be interested in your PhD after this, or you
Yes.
think, oh, you would?
Yes,
Okay.
I've already started thinking about that because I was a little bit unsure because that's why I'm doing my master's, right?
Okay.
Because the 5-year commitment right off the bat, it seemed a little not scary, but just a bit too much, and I wasn't sure if that was the right path for me. But here, as I'm working through my master's, it's more and more, it's what I want to do, right? So
Well, that's
I'll
awesome.
see where that goes from here. But
That's awesome. Wishing you the best in this new journey.
course, thank you.
And thank you so much for being here with us. It was great having you.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
Until next one.
Yes.